What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel that we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we are going to jump back over to DC Comics and we're going to cover Catwoman Volume 1. From 2003, I want to say. Now, the reason why we are covering this title is because one of my subscribers have been begging me to cover this book. And so I finally sat down and read Catwoman, and guys, it's okay. I like it for the most part, but we're going to cover this storyline today. So please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, let's dive into Catwoman Volume 1 from 2003. Now, we begin today's story with the random lady working a corner, meaning that she's working in prostitution. But the big thing about this opening of this story is to give us the main problem in the story, where this girl is about to get her next client. But as soon as she gets in the car, something happens where we see that the man who picked her up, something is wrong with his face. And the young girl starts to freak out by his face. But we don't get to see what is wrong with his face. But we do see that with the girl freaking out about the man's face, he kills her off, and it's all like, wow, okay. So basically, somebody is going around killing people who work in prostitution. Now we pick up with Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. And we see that she is basically in therapy, which the reason why is because she is trying to move on with her life. Because we pick up with her after she kind of faked her own death. And so right now the world thinks that she is dead. No one knows she is alive except, well, Batman and the therapist who is helping her, which is Leslie Thompson, which we know her very well because we have seen her in our Batgirl videos. But we come to find out that she's having a hard time trying to live a life without being Catwoman, that she tried to leave her past life behind and also leave Gotham behind. But you have Leslie Thompson tell her that maybe Catwoman is basically a must for her, that she has to be Catwoman no matter what. But you have her kind of go for a night run across Gotham, but not in her Catwoman outfit, because she's still trying not to be Catwoman. She is trying to live a life without being involved in that kind of life. But while she is on her run, she runs into a scene where Batman is fighting against the Riddler, which of course the fight is happening all over Gotham and there is mayhem. But the biggest thing is that while Catwoman is watching this fight, one of the Riddler's men is about to shoot Batman in the back of the head. And at the very last second, you have Catwoman able to save Batman by throwing a random brick. Which after she does that, she leaves to go back home. But with her seeing that and helping Batman, she kind of realized that she needs to be Catwoman to be normal again. And so she puts on a new Catwoman outfit. So with her putting on her suit, she feels whole again. She feels like her life can move forward like it should. Now, of course, while she's out there just having another late night run, that is when she runs into Batman, who can't believe she has put on the suit once again. Also, he was the one who told her to visit Leslie Thompson to get help. But Batman was trying to see if maybe Selina Kyle would stop being Catwoman again, so she can have a normal life, a new beginning for her. But once again, she put on the Catwoman suit. Now he is wondering, what is she going to do since she is now Catwoman again? And she tells him she does not know, but she is going to just take it slow for right now, meaning that she could do bad things again, or she could lead down the path of being a good guy. But you have Catwoman go back home where she is just wanting to relax. But that is when she is greeted by Holly Robinson. Now, Holly Robinson was this young girl who was also a prostitute. Now, Catwoman took her in and hoping that she can turn her life around, which Catwoman really did put Holly on the right path. After Selena faked her death, she gave money for Holly to live a normal life and to be free. But Holly also came back to Gotham and started to be a prostitute all over again. But the reason why she came to Selena Kyle is because she wants to tell her that someone is killing prostitutes all over the city. The police won't do a thing, and this is how Selena Kyle ties into the big major problem in this story. But after she gets the word of what is happening out on the street, you have Selena Kyle put on her Catwoman outfit and goes to break into the police station of the GCPD. Now, this section was used as a way to show Catwoman's skills is being able to sneak into the place and get the info she wanted, which of course she finds out that Holly was telling the truth. That basically someone is out there killing prostitutes and the police are just labeling them as Jane Doe. They are not trying to solve these cases. They're just letting them pile up left and right, which of course leads to Catwoman saying that she needs to get involved in this case. But after she leaves the police station and tries to look for more clues of what is happening in the city, we actually pick up with our mysterious character, the man whose face is apparently scarred. But again, we don't see it. We see that he just killed another woman. But while he is trying to recover from killing someone else, a man who owns a shop nearby sees the man and the blood all over the car and him, which of course he screams so loud that Selena Kyle was able to hear the man's screams and runs over to see what is happening. Which when she gets there, she sees the dead body of the recently killed woman. But she sees the killer has gotten away once again, which now leads to her really wanting to figure out who is this new killer in Gotham City. Now we jump over to Catwoman going to Leslie Thompson because Leslie has been a great help to Selena Kyle. But the big reason why she goes to her is that Selena needs the help of Oracle, aka Barbara Gordon, who helps the Batman family with stuff like computer things. But Catwoman is not really loved by the Bat family except only by Batman. And so she's going to use Leslie to go talk to Oracle for her, which she needs Oracle to look up the license plate of the car that belongs to the murderer, so she knows where he bought the car from. Which of course, after like a single day, Selena Kyle gets a call from Leslie saying that Oracle was able to get some information on the car, and then leaves Selena Kyle and Holly coming up with a plan to get more information from the dealership. And so you have Holly and Selena go to the dealership and try to get more information on who bought the car, because the person who bought the car, he is the killer. And so you have Selena and Holly go and ask the man, like, who did you sell the car to? He tells them he has no idea. That basically the guy looked like some kind of famous person, but he sold the car to this man who had no ID and just paid cash. And so there is no way for him to trace him down. And so the only thing Catwoman has to go on is that, well, this man looks like a famous person. But after getting that small amount of information, you have Selena Kyle dress up in some kind of disguise and goes to a bar, hoping to find some kind of information on the guy, which she finds one man who looks like the famous person the dealership guy told her about. And so Catwoman starts to flirt with him, but basically starts to give him hints on that she knows he is the killer, but she is trying to play it safe so he won't try to run and get away. But he picks up on her hints and he freaks out. He pulls the "I have to go to the bathroom" trick, which of course a large amount of time has passed by, and Selena realized that he has been gone too long, which tells her he got away. And so now she has to go find him all over again. but she remembers some of the things that he was saying to her back at the bar about him staying somewhere that most people would not stay at, which of course he built himself an apartment and some random warehouse, which when she goes there, that is when another girl is trying to get away because he's about to murder this girl as well. But right when he is going after this random girl, that is when Catwoman appears to stop him. Which we come to find out that this serial killer is the latest Clayface. A lot of comic book fans know that there are many people who took up the mantle of Clayface, but some kind of think there's only like 3 or 4. Well, there is more than that, and this guy that Catwoman has found is actually Clayface number 7, which his name is Todd Russell. But we learn that he has no idea about his past life. The only thing he knows that was he was in the army and some people worked on him, and then he woke up confused and lost in the middle of the city. And let me tell you right now, if I remember correctly, DC Comics does not give us more information on this man, just small hints here and there, and he only appears in this comic book run, which he only appeared about 10 books in this series, never to be seen ever again. But after her finding out about his past life, she learns a little bit on why he was doing all of this, which is just he was trying to live a normal life, using his Clayface powers to look normal. But of course, he cannot control it, and people always freaks out, which makes him freak out and kill them. And now we learn like the big reason why it is important for him to look normal, because he remembers before he was Clayface, he was this awesome looking man. Girls just loved him, and so that is why it is so important for him to look normal. But the story is wrapped up with Catwoman fighting this Clayface, but the only way she was able to beat him was to cut off his head, and having his head stuck inside a random cooler that was in this warehouse. So it would basically freeze him and stop him from using his powers, which then she calls up Batman, and he's like, great, another freaking Clayface. But he takes this Clayface away, hoping to find something that would hold this Clayface in prison. But you had a story kind of close with Selena Kyle going to see Leslie Thompson, thanking her for helping with the therapy, but also the fact that she is telling Leslie Thompson that she is going to stay in Gotham, that there are people here that need her, and the police won't help her with, and also because Batman is too busy dealing with the A-list villains. And so guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video right here. So please leave me a like down below, and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I will see you on the next comic book video. Later guys.